So hello students, today's topic is nature of chemical bond. Basically we are studying chemistry, and in chemistry there are compounds and there are molecules also. So out of that compound and molecule, what happen? That compound and molecule are formed because there are bond inside that. And when we know what is bond, what are the types of bond, how that bond will form, then we can easily study the other compounds, molecules and their reactions also. So it comes under the inorganic chemistry. So let's start what is a chemical bond and how it is actually formed. So the first point in this chapter is the atom. Okay. So what is atom? You generally maybe know that atom is like that. At the center there is nucleus. Inside nucleus there are proton and neutron, and around that atom there are electron which are revolving in a elliptical orbit. Okay. So again basically at center there is nucleus. In that nucleus there is a positively charged proton and neutron are also there, because neutron don't have any charge, so it never attract any electron or proton, and electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Now if we have fixed number of proton, fixed number of neutron and fixed number of electron, then that atom is defined. Then we define that atom as an element, and we have different elements. So there are 118 element in the periodic table. Okay. So our journey is from atom to the element, and now from element we are discussing why that element start bonding. What is the condition, what is the requirement that that element start to form a bond. Okay. So for this we want to first study the periodic table in very short version. So let's see. So this is the outline of the periodic table. So I will make it very simple. On the left side there is a S block, in between there is a D block, and here there is a P block, and last one is the F block. Okay. So S block contains metals, and very strong metals are present at the S block. So what is the nature of metal? Metals are the elements which generally donates the electron, and when anything which donate the electron are electropositive. So mark this side as a positive, simple. On the P block there are elements which have tendency to attract the electron toward itself, so they are called as electronegative. Okay. In between there is a D block, so D block is also called as a transition element because it lies also in between S and P block, and also the properties of D block also lies in between S block and P block. So it is just in between, means there are metal, but the metals are no stronger than the S block. Okay. So let's see what is the at the end of periodic table. So here there is noble gases. So what is noble gases? Noble gases are non-reactive elements, means they never react with other elements also and never react with itself also. Why? Because their octet is complete. So I use a new word, that is octet. So what is octet? See, what happens, every element has a octet, means again at the center there is nucleus, then the first shell is K shell. K shell must contains 2 electron and another shell contains 8 electron. If the last shell is complete, means there are 8 electron, then it is called as octet. Okay. So when anything or any element complete its octet, then we may call as that element is a stable element. But what happens with periodic table? Let's see. Out of total periodic table, only this what we say noble gas, okay, noble gases has octet complete, and all other elements like all these elements remaining, they don't have their octet complete. So what happens, for all element noble gas is like a ideal situation. they tries to copy that elements because they also want to become stable. Okay. So, what happens on the left side, some element, there are metals, and metals have 1, 2 and 3 electron in the outermost shell. In the same way, in between there are non-metals and that have 4 electron in the outermost shell. Then non-metals 5, 6 and 7 are also the outermost electron in the valence shell, and last one is a noble gases. So, see the situation right now. These are metals. Metals have 1, 2, 3 electron in the outermost shell. So, when they donate suppose 1 electron, the remaining shell has a octet complete. Suppose this element if donate 2 electron, then the remaining shell again octet is complete. When it donates 3 electrons, so the behind shell, that remaining shell of that element, octet is complete. So, these 3 cases, in these 3 cases, they tries to donate the electron. This will share the electron and this will accept the electron and this will do not react, and that is the only reason why element forms a compound. Okay. So, that is the necessary criteria why element forms a compound. So, this is the basic thing of this chapter. Then we will move what are the types of bond and all that things. So, first start with this basic point, and you can click on the second video so that you can get other details.